Lana Del Rey, Chemtrails Over the Country Club, released the 19th of March 2021. Right at the end of this album, there's a cover of Joni Mitchell's song, For Free. Now normally I'd say leave Joni's music well alone. Few, if any, can do even a halfway decent cover. Joni was just unique. She was out there on her own. But this is just beautiful. The vocals are shared between Zella Day, who takes the first verse, Lana Del Rey takes the second, and Natalie Merring from Ways Blood takes the third. It's wonderful. It's all done with a deep respect and reverence. It's a beautiful tribute to the woman I always say was the best and most influential female singer-songwriter of all time. Joni, when she multi-tracked her vocals, had this unique sound, and the trio even managed to capture that. Lana even name-drops Joni in the previous song, Dance Till We Die. I've been covering Joni and Dancing with Joan Baez. Joni Mitchell set the bar incredibly high, and if that's the level that Lana Del Rey wants to aspire to, I can tell you, with this album, she's well on the way. Joni Mitchell, as well as a singer and a songwriter, was also a painter, and that's how you could describe her songs. She painted pictures with words and music, and that's exactly what Lana Del Rey has done here on the 10 original tracks that make up this album. They're hazy watercolours that as you study them and let them sink in, they reveal light and shade, shadows and light, textures and depth. The album also features sparse but atmospheric music provided mainly by Jack Antonoff, who plays everything apart from the kitchen sink here. He provides the perfect backdrop for Lana Del Rey's beautiful, sublime vocals. The music Antonoff provides flirts with Americana, psychedelic folk and country. I say flirts because it doesn't really fall into any category you could define, and like all great albums, creates a world, an atmosphere that is uniquely its own. Lana has never sounded so confident and as assured as she weaves her tales of love, loss and deep nostalgia. Here's some of the many highlights on this album. White Dress, which is an achingly beautiful song looking back at that time when you were a teenager and the world seemed at your feet and nothing seemed impossible. The title track, and there are moments here that transport me straight back to the first Lana Del Rey song I ever heard, Young and Beautiful. I think this woman could sing the Telephone Directory and make it sound beautiful. We get more dreamy nostalgia here, which evokes long hot summers by the pool, white picket fences. Everything's cool, but is it? I'm not unhinged or unhappy. But the conspiracy theorists will tell you that those chemtrails are really filled with noxious chemicals. Dark and light. Washing my hair, doing the laundry, late night TV, I Want You Only. Bruce Springsteen, talking about Lana's last album, Norman fucking Rockwell, described her simply as one of the best songwriters in popular music today. Here, she's just perfecting her craft, song by song, album by album. Let Me Love You Like a Woman is just set to Antonoff's piano and ethereal guitar. Listen how Lana layers her voice to wonderful effect, creating these magical counterpoints. Simple but very, very powerful. Wild at Heart, another song where Lana's protagonist wonders about fortune and fame and just wants to escape. What would you do if I wouldn't sing for them no more? Like if you heard I was out in the bars drinking Jack and Coke, going crazy for anyone who would listen to my stories, baby. Time after time I think about leaving, but you know I'll never do, just 'cause you keep me believing. And tries to convince herself, amongst the pain and the sorrow, that everybody loves her because she's wild at heart. As the track finishes, we are treated to these gorgeous, soaring harmonies. As you listen to this album, you'll note how every second has been so meticulously crafted. Breaking Up Slowly is almost a country song. It seems to have been inspired by the famous romance between country singers George Jones and Tammy Wynette. I don't want to live with a life of regret. I don't want to end up like Tammy Wynette. Are these my good years, or do I have none? Are there really good years for everyone? I don't want to live with a life of regret. I don't want to end up like Tammy Wynette. But listen to the backing vocals at 2 minutes 14 seconds. There's echoes there of another great American songwriter, Neil Sedaka, and his song, Breaking Up Is Hard to Do. So, there's a brief summary of the album. Please go and have a listen. To me, it's a 5-star album. It's one of the best albums I've heard in a long, long time. Great artists progress and constantly refine their craft. Where Lana will go next, who knows? But I bet it will be a fascinating journey. One last point, I love the little references, name checks, name drops Lana does throughout the album. She references the White Stripes, the Kings of Leon, Sun Ra, the American jazz musician, Purple Rain, which has to be Prince, Joni, Joan and Stevie, Joni Mitchell, Joan Baez and Stevie Nicks. So, like I said, go and have a listen to it. It's out there on YouTube. It's a wonderful, wonderful record. And this is an artist who's constantly growing, constantly evolving, constantly changing. So thank you for listening. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. But most of all, stay well, stay safe and take care. And I'll see you guys in the next video.